Hey there, as mini money mentors, we're always looking for ways to teach our kids about financial responsibility. Sometimes the biggest financial lessons come from understanding how large economic policies can impact our family's bottom line. So let's talk about Kamala Harris's proposed 2025 tax plan if she would get into office and what it could mean for your family's financial future. If you like this type of content, please subscribe and hit the bell so that I can count on you for the next video. But let's dive right into this. What's the first one on the list here? Home buying dreams and the actual reality. Now, Harris proposes offering up to $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Sounds great, right? But there is a catch. It's limited to only 400,000 families across the nation. If you're planning to buy your first home, this could be a significant boost. If you're one of the lucky ones, it's definitely a great opportunity to talk with your kids about government incentives and how they can affect major financial decisions like home buying. Keep in mind, only because you're going to get that additional money, it doesn't mean that the already short supply of homes is going to solve your problems. The price might just go up, especially with the rates coming down in the near future. So, next up, more money for kids, sort of. The plan suggests tripling the child tax credit from $2,000 to $6,000 per child. This could significantly reduce your tax bill if you have children. But remember, it's a tax credit, not a direct payment. Use this as a chance to explain to your kids the difference between tax credits and income, and how tax planning can affect your family's overall financial health. Let's talk about the next one, teens and tips. It doesn't have to be teens, actually. A lot of folks work in a service industry. But Harris proposes removing the income tax on tip money. I wonder where I heard this one before. But anyway, moving on. If your teenager, let's say, has a job in the service industry, they could see a little bit more take-home pay. This is a perfect opener for a discussion about income taxes and how different types of income are taxed differently. Next up, the tax bracket shuffle, so to say. The plan would allow the Trump-era tax cuts to expire, which potentially would increase the tax rate for many families, especially those earning over $100,000 annually. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me, in today's world, it's not. This is your cue to basically involve your kids in understanding how tax brackets work and the concept of a marginal tax rate as we have it in this country today. Moving on. Investing essentially gets more expensive and less interesting for that matter. So what are we going to do about this? But hear me out. Under this plan, the top capital gains rate would nearly double to 44.6%. This could have a dramatic impact on your investment strategies, affecting everything from your 401k to your child's college funds. It's a great time to talk about long-term investing and how tax policies can influence investment decisions. So take the time, and depending on how old your kids are, try to chunk it down so they understand the whole concept. Now, let's talk about the next one. This is my favorite. This is a little bonus here, okay? I was just going to do 5, but hear me out on this one. The ultra-wealthy tax. Not just for the ultra-wealthy, really. Now, here's where things get really interesting again, because Harris actually proposes a 25% tax on unrealized gains for individuals worth over $100 million. Great. How many of us are worth over $100 million? Not a lot, right? So at first glance, this seems like it only affects the ultra-rich. But let's think about how this could actually play out in reality. Imagine someone like Bill Gates, worth over $130 billion with a B, suddenly owing $30 billion in taxes. And to pay this, he might need to sell $40 billion of Microsoft stock. Now, I don't know the exact numbers, but this is just kind of like a thought process here, okay? That's a massive sell-off, and that could potentially drop Microsoft stock by 10% or more, okay? But we don't own Microsoft stock, you might say, right? But here's the thing. About 7 million regular people, not ultra-wealthy people, either directly or through mutual funds and ETFs, own Microsoft. Okay, so 7 million people would be affected. Many of these are families like yours with these stocks in their 401ks or their children's college funds. And it's not just Microsoft. Think about other tech giants like Apple, Amazon, Meta, Facebook, Alphabet, or Tesla. If their major shareholders need to sell large portions of their holdings in order to pay this tax on unrealized gains, we could see similar drops across the board. But now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of like the idea of unrealized gains, paying for it. I wonder if I still have to go to the gym with these unrealized gains, if they're essentially like real already, right? Just joking. But essentially, this whole thing isn't just about individual stocks. Many families invest in ETFs and mutual funds that could hold large positions in either of these major companies. And a drop in these stocks could significantly impact fund value. It could shake overall market confidence, potentially even leading to broader market decline. So it's going to affect everybody, no matter what. But what does that mean for your family? Your 401k, RRA, or IRA, or your kids' actual college savings could take a massive hit, even if you don't directly own any of these stocks. It's a complex topic, but it offers a great opportunity to teach your kids about how the stock market works and how seemingly unrelated events can affect your family's finances. So what can mini money mentors do? What can we do as responsible parents? Well, as mini money mentors, our goal is to use real-world scenarios like this one to educate our children about complex financial concepts. Use these proposals as teaching tools. Discuss them with your kids in terms of how government policies can affect your family's finances, and review your family budget together, considering how these changes might impact your bottom line. You know, these are just proposals. They're not laws yet. But keep an eye on how they develop and discuss the changes with your family. Consider how these potential changes might affect your long-term saving strategies for things like college funds or retirement, as we mentioned before. And I really think that by involving your kids in understanding these big picture issues, we're basically equipping them with a valuable financially literacy skill that will serve them well into adulthood. Every financial decision, every policy change is a chance to grow their understanding of how the money world really works in the real world, okay? So, with that being said, if you like this type of stuff, feel free to go to minimoneymentors.com, sign up for the free newsletter, and get your news into your inbox every week. But keep fostering these money conversations with your kids in the world of finance. Knowledge truly is power, and it's the greatest gift we can give our children. See you in the next video.